Salem's Most Wanted. For weeks, viewers have been playing a guessing game of whodunit, who wants what, and who's sleeping with who. But the week of March 30th is poised to be the great unifier. The week where secrets don't just leak, they explode. As the frost of early spring melts away, so do the carefully constructed alibis of Salem's finest and filthiest citizens. This week isn't just about drama, it's about the raw, unfiltered fallout of a city that thrives on deception. At the center of the storm is the long-awaited unmasking of a criminal schemer whose reach has extended farther than anyone imagined. For months, a shadowy figure has been pulling strings, turning the Horton town square into a chessboard of blackmail, fraud, and near-fatal accidents. While speculation has swirled around the usual suspects, the always conniving Megan Hathaway, the slippery E.J. DiMera, or even a returning ghost from Salem's past, the truth, as it always does in Salem, hits closer to home than anyone is prepared for. Spoilers confirm that the identity of the mastermind behind the recent corporate sabotage at Titan and the mysterious hacking of the hospital's patient records will be revealed in a confrontation that harkens back to the golden age of soap opera reveals. In a scene dripping with tension, Chad DiMera and Stephanie Johnson, who have been playing amateur detective between stolen glances, will corner the culprit in the DiMera living room. But this is no monologuing villain ready to confess. The unmasking is violent, messy, and deeply personal. When the truth comes out, it doesn't just expose a criminal, it fractures one of Salem's last standing nuclear families, leaving a legacy of trust shattered into a million irreparable pieces. Flying sparks. The return of real passion. While the criminal element provides the backbone of the week's plot, the heart, or rather, the pulse, of Salem beats with a rhythm of rekindled romance and dangerous attraction. Flying sparks is often a hyperbolic spoiler term, but for the week of March 30th, it feels like an understatement. Johnny DiMera and Chanel Dupree have been attempting a mature, modern relationship built on the shaky foundation of their past. But maturity goes out the window when Allie Horton returns to town with a proposition that blurs every line they've tried to draw. The love triangle that fans thought had been resolved is about to be reignited with a jealousy so potent it threatens to derail Chanel's burgeoning business empire. A chance encounter at Sweet Bits Bakery turns into a verbal showdown where frosting becomes a weapon. Literally. The episode promises a confrontation so charged that it forces Johnny to choose not just between two women, but between the life he thought he wanted and the chaos he secretly craves. Meanwhile, across town, the sparks are of a different voltage entirely. Alex Kuriakis and Teresa Donovan have been dancing around a mutual attraction fueled by ambition and tequila. This week, they finally collide. In a move that is sure to send shockwaves through the Kuriakis mansion, the two engage in a power play that is as sensual as it is strategic. But their tryst doesn't go unnoticed. Brady Black, ever the martyr when it comes to Teresa, witnesses a moment that ignites a jealous rage he has no right to feel. Brady's reaction is primal, leading to a brutal confrontation with Alex in the middle of the Kuriakis' foyer, a fight that Maggie Horton walks in on, forcing her to mediate between the adopted son she adores and the nephew she barely recognizes. Jealous reactions. Green-eyed monsters run amok. Jealousy is the poison that seeps through every storyline this week. It isn't just the young lovers feeling the sting of envy. The veteran couples of Salem are tested to their limits. Sarah Horton and Xander Cook finally seem to have found their footing after years of tragedy and interference. But old habits die hard, and when Rex Brady returns to town for a medical conference, Xander's insecurities flare up like an old wound. Rex's presence isn't just a nuisance, it's a mirror reflecting Xander's fear that he will never truly be the man Sarah deserves. A misunderstanding involving a late-night text and a misplaced hotel keycard leads Xander down a dark path. The reformed anti-hero we've come to root for takes a backseat this week as the jealous, vengeful Xander resurfaces, leading to a shocking ultimatum that leaves Sarah questioning whether the man she loves has truly changed, or if he was just waiting for an excuse to revert to his old ways. On the other side of town, Jada Hunter finds herself caught in a jealous crossfire she never asked for. As Rafe Hernandez continues to heal from his recent trauma, Jada has been a steady presence. But Stephanie Johnson's unresolved feelings for Rafe bubble to the surface at the worst possible moment. A simple coffee meeting to discuss a case turns into a territorial standoff. Jada, who is usually the epitome of calm and professional, finally reaches her breaking point. In a scene that has tested well with early viewers, Jada lays down the law, but her assertiveness might just push Rafe back into the arms of the very woman she's trying to keep him away from. The fallout as the week of March 30th comes to a close, the landscape of Salem is irrevocably altered. The exposure of the criminal schemer leads to an arrest that leaves a child without a parent for the foreseeable future, setting up a custody battle that will dominate the spring. The flying sparks leave a trail of scorched earth in the relationships of Salem's next generation, ensuring that the summer will be defined by romantic warfare. And the jealous reactions? They remind us that in Salem, love is never just love, it's a weapon, a shield, and occasionally, a motive for murder. In true Days of Our Lives fashion, just when the dust seems to settle, the final moments of the Friday cliffhanger deliver a twist that recontextualizes everything the audience thought they knew. As a mysterious figure watches the chaos from the shadows of the Horton Town Square, a familiar locket is clutched in their hand. A locket that hasn't been seen since the tragic death of a beloved character over a decade ago. The schemer who was caught this week was merely a pawn. The real king is still on the board, and they're just getting started.